Moving along, we're going to talk video games, and we're going to talk specific about the Xbox One Kinect. As you know, Secret City Geek Lab was at E3, and we had a chance to demonstrate new consoles coming up, the big one being the Xbox One. Now, if you're familiar with the Xbox 360, about 2 years ago, they came out with the Kinect device, which is a camera that is attached to the console, and you stand in it, and you become the controller. As you move, so does your characters move. So what are the differences between the Kinect of the 360 and the Kinect of the Xbox One? There are huge differences between the two consoles. The original Kinect allowed you to play games with a friend for a total of 2 players at one time in a game. Now the Kinect will allow you to play with up to 6 players at one time. For a demonstration on this multiplayer gameplay, I would invite you to Secret City Geek Lab and check out our Just Dance 2004 game demonstration, where you'll see 4 players playing Just Dance. If you're familiar with Just Dance, it's a dance competition video game, and is probably one of our most popular videos at the Secret City Geek Lab right now. Or as of this recording, we're about 6,500 views on that. So I invite you to check that out and just see the power of the Kinect. So now that you can have up to 6 players at one time, the Kinect is now able to see differences between those 6 people individually. Starting simply with height differences, it also goes to the facial recognition and voice recognition. Improvements you almost expect from the new Kinect, but there's more. Let's first start with the camera. The Kinect camera will capture images in 1080p high definition for great shooting video and for Skyping in high def as well with your friends. Technically, it's a 1080p wide-angle time-of-flight camera. And by time of flight, I mean that it's a 3D camera which calculates distance from the light signal from the camera to the subject. The detail picked up by the camera is also incredible. It will give you a sense of style of the clothing you wear, the crinkles, the creases, the collars of your shirt you're wearing, every ridge and wrinkle. And also, every ridge and wrinkle in your face, it will pick up to a great detail. Let's talk about facial recognition. Taking this a step further, the Kinect is able to gain information on your face, specifically emotion and engagement. It can discern simple emotions on your face, such as happy and sad, and it can also tell if you are engaged with the Xbox itself, based on whether you're looking at the screen or not looking at it. And this is especially important when a person enters the play area and is not playing the game. One of the frustrations that I had with the original Kinect was you're playing along and then someone will walk next to you or walk behind you, and then the Kinect will pick up that person and then bring that person to the game, and then they'll walk out because they're not really playing that game. The Xbox One takes care of that. It knows not only that you're in the room, but whether you are one of the active participants in the game being played. The last improvement in facial recognition is the heart rate. Yes, the Xbox One can now calculate your heart rate. The way it does it is it looks at your face and is somehow able to see your heart rate, by viewing your blood vessels on your face. 3D imaging. The time of flight feature makes this a true 3-dimensional camera. It can discern depth, discern your hand and arm motions that breaks the vertical plane. Before, in order to track the Kinect, you had to wave your hand left and right. But now you can move your hand forward and it will see those forward motions. An example of this, if you go to Secret City Geek Lab, you can watch our demonstration of Disney's Fantasia Music Evolved, which we talked about last week. But we have a video of how that game works online now on our YouTube channel, or go to the Secret City Geek Lab at secretcitycomedy.com/geeklab. The feature of the 3D camera is important in that it works in any size room. Before you had to be in a room, and you had to be about 6 to 10 feet from the camera. The Kinect now has improved that. You can now be up to 3 feet in front of the camera and as far back as 20 feet. And it now fits in any kind of room, couch configuration. Finally, the Kinect is able to see in the dark with infrared sensors. And not only that, they're able to remove normal room lighting from that sensor so that it is really only picking up bodies. Moving on, bone articulation. As you know, the Xbox 360 Kinect was able to create a basic frame out of your body, a basic stick figure, your arms, your legs, your body, your head. Now, there are a total of 25 bones that the Xbox One Kinect is going to pick up. Not only is it going to pick up 25 separate bones, but now there are more points of articulation, including your fingers, and yes, even your thumb. If you saw the Xbox One press conference, you saw that the finger movements was one that would help control your entertainment system or entertainment center on the Xbox One. With the combination of bone articulation and 3D imaging, this allows the Kinect to see your body orientation. Simply put, what direction is your body pointing to? Is it pointing straight ahead, or is it kind of moving to the left or to the right? Using all this information, the Xbox One is able to estimate your muscle movements. So it knows where your body or where the weight of your body is shifting, whether to the left or to the right. Also, when you jump, it also calculates how your muscle movements all work together. What this means is that when you're moving, your POV in the game can change by shifting your weight. For example, before, if you had to move the camera to the left or to the right, you had to move your arms and move your body to the left, step to the left, or step to the right. In this case now, you only have to shift your weight to the left and to the right, which makes moving the view of your camera much easier and much more smooth and much more fluent and much more accurate. The new Xbox has addressed many of the frustrations that I had with the original Kinect. Most glaring is the room size, the people who walk to and behind you, but also it ups the stakes in gameplay. Tennis games can now factor your full body and your muscle movements as you're playing tennis. It can see how you're holding that racket and whether you're putting a spin on it. Speaking of spin, bowling games are now much more accurate, and you can actually put a spin on your ball. If you played the bowling game earlier in the Xbox One, it was just a matter of looking where your body is and the angle that your arm swings. But now it can see your wrist, and it can actually calculate spin on the wrist based on how you release the ball. And that is just a way to increase the physics of that game and make sports and bowling and other kind of games more accurate. Now, the Kinect overall, I think, has greatly improved the way that we will play games. I haven't even talked about the improvements in voice command and how it will improve the way you watch television and movies. Still a lot of controversy going on between the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 this fall, as both consoles are coming out. It's going to be interesting to see who wins this war, but I think from a technological standpoint, from a standpoint outside of games even, that the Xbox One kind of winning that battle. Xbox One truly wants to be your entertainment center, while the PlayStation 4 seems to really want to be your video game center.